Good morning, everybody. I am Cristina from TriathlonMami, Dashstrom Coaching, and Dashstrom Run Clubs, and I help moms just like you redefine what's possible for themselves, for their families, and for their communities. And one tool that I use that is to help you start a profitable children's fitness business in your community. And we've been going through the 12 days of nonsense, which are the 12 main reasons that I hear from you on the phone of why you don't invest in starting your business. Now, this is nonsense as long as starting your business is something that you want. This is nonsense as long as you wanting to change something in your situation is true. So today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things to talk about, and that is this concept of debt. And I hear so many people on the phone saying, like, I love your program. I think this is an awesome business. I want to invest, but I don't believe in credit card debt. So I don't have the money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work, and then I'm going to save that money, and then I'm going to invest in creating my business. And that doesn't really make sense, guys. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to break it up into two levels, into the financial side of things and into the mindset side of things. So let's go to the financial side of things because it's really clear. Okay. When you make an investment, there's a concept called ROI, return on investment, which is like if I invest $10 in starting my business and my business is profitable and I get $20 from it, I have a positive return on investment, right? I put 10 in, but I'm taking 20 out. So I'm making $10 on top of the $10 that I put in. Does that make sense? All right. So that is how companies grow. Like, how do you think these big companies, how do you think the US government finances itself? You require debt because you don't always have all the resources in order to pay for your expansion. Now, there's debt and then there's debt. Debt, which is like the debt part, the bad debt is, let's say that you want a luxury item that you cannot afford. And you say, I'm just going to put it on my credit card and I'm going to pay it a little bit at a time. Okay, that is you getting yourself into trouble because that luxury item is going to give you a return in terms of like it's going to make you feel good, but it's not going to help you be able to pay that back. So now you have this, let's say it's a boat. So now you have this boat and it's a fabulous boat and you're having a jolly old time, but you also have to pay it back and you don't have how to pay it back. Those things are not correlated. That is not what I'm talking about. When you are starting a business, you're going to go into debt. Like, you cannot start a business without an investment. First things first, right? If somebody tells you like, oh, it's a free way to start a business, they're lying. It's not true. It's a scam. Or if they tell you with just $100, you can make $1 million, they're lying. It's not true. It doesn't happen that way. That's just not the case. So if you want to start a serious business, which is what my clients do, you're going to need an investment. There's no way around it. All right. But now I lost my train of thought. So good investment. Oh, okay. So an investment generally means money that you may not have in your bank account. Maybe you have it in your savings. Maybe you have it in your IRA. Awesome. But sometimes you don't. And so sometimes the nonsense that I'm talking about is a mom saying like, I want to start this business. I have no savings or no money that I have access to, but I don't believe in getting credit card debt, or I don't believe in getting a bank loan for something like this. Well, then you're not going to have a business, right? Why is this type of debt not a bad debt? And why do companies of all shapes and sizes all over the world use it? Because it gives you capital, money, in order to build something that is going to give you more capital to be able to not only pay back the money that you borrowed, but for you to make a living, for you to have profit, for you to go and buy that boat without having to being able to afford it. That's what the investment is about. That's what debt is about. That is good debt. That is debt that will empower you and enable you to move forward. But you have to be smart about it. right? So just because I sit here and say, hey, invest in my company, it's going to give you a return on investment, it's going to be awesome. Don't just fall for it, right? Don't believe everything that you hear. So do your own math. And the math should go like this. If I have to borrow this amount, what interest, let's say I'm going to keep my money, my math simple, right? I have to borrow $10 and my interest rate on those $10 is 3%. And right now the interest rates on small business loans are ridiculously low. So like let's say it's 3%, which means that I'm actually borrowing about $13. But if with that $13, I'm going to be able to start my business and I'm going to be able to make $20, then that's like a freaking no-brainer, right? Because I have that $7 different, or that seven, or my return on investment is 17%, but I'm only paying 2% or 3% in interest. I'm making all that money. That's how you fuel your growth. That's how the economy fuels itself. That's how businesses grow. So for you to not do it because I don't believe in credit card debt, it's nonsense, because it's not a financial reason. And I know Dave Ramsey fans, right? I know the theory of if you can't pay for it cash, then don't do it. But that does not relate to an investment in a business. That relates to your luxury item, to a dress that you want. But it does not equate to a business. So usually when somebody's telling me, oh, I would love, but I don't believe in credit card debt, they're really saying, I don't believe in myself. And that goes to the psychology of things, right? It's to saying, I don't believe that if I take out this money, that I will be able to make it back and be profitable. So maybe it's not psychology. So maybe there's two. Like, you don't believe in the product that you're buying, in the business that you're buying into, and that's totally okay. But that's a different discussion. It's not because you can't afford it. And second is, I don't believe in myself because you don't know that it might work for everybody else, but it's not going to work for me. And that's a completely different issue, right? That's a psychology, a self-esteem issue, that you don't want to take that chance on yourself, because what if you put the money on the credit card, then you're not successful, then you can't pay it back, then that business is going to feel just like the luxury item that you can't afford. I get it. Like, I totally get it, because it's not like I haven't been there. But here's the thing. You have to, at one point, be more committed to your success than you are to your fear. Because if not, regardless of what the nonsense is, you're going to believe it and you're going to let it fall, right? You're going to not move forward because of that. So you have to make a decision. Do I want to be independent and profitable? Do I want the results that owning a business is going to give me? So in our case, right, and starting a children's fitness program with us, do I want to make income? So our moms get to about $2,000 a month working an hour a day, but I have moms making $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. So do I want to be profitable? Do I want to work on myself, on my health, and on my own fitness? Do I want my kids involved in the business? Do I want to take them to class with me? I just got a text this weekend from one of our moms who did a class with her teenage son. And she's like, I haven't seen my kids smile like that in so long. Like, this is something that they're doing together. So do you want to involve your kids? Do you want to have an impact in your community? Do you want to be, empowering the kids in your community with the growth mindset? If you want all these things, you have to be committed to it. You have to be more committed to it than you are afraid. It's like, well, what if I put this on the credit card and then I can't pay it back? What if our brains are wired for safety, right? That's the first thing that our brains want to do, is like, how can this go wrong? How can I stay safe within this possibility of it going wrong? And so your brain is going to come up with a million reasons of why this isn't going to work for you. But guess what? there is also a million reasons why it will. And unless you are committed to the success, you're going to always fall back on your fear. So which one is it? What is it that you want? Do you want to stay where you are, which is okay if you want, but if we're having this conversation, it's probably not, right? But do you want to stay in your comfort zone? Do you want to be like, oh, I don't believe in credit card debt, or I don't have credit card debt, but I also don't have an income or a sense of purpose or time with my kids or bringing in whatever I want to my house? Or do you want to be saying, you know what? I'm going to take a chance on myself. I believe that that I can do this. You don't have to know everything, right? You don't have to believe that you have all the answers right now because you haven't done it. So you don't have all the answers. You just have to believe that there is a process, that there is a way, and that whatever issue comes up for you, that you will be able to figure it out. That is it. That's all the decision that you need to make. Does this make sense? I can't see comments, but, oh, and there are no comments. Okay. So that is what this, oh, I don't believe in credit card debt is about. Okay. Financially, in terms of return on investment, it is complete nonsense. It is how businesses grow, like big businesses and small businesses. It's how governments function. It is how business is done. It's debt. Debt is not a bad word when it comes to investments and when it comes to your business. The question really here is, do you feel that you are worthy enough to take on debt to invest in your dream? That's a separate conversation. All right. And that's one that you have to have. Hold on. I see there's a comment here. Yes, total sense. Thanks, Cristina. Thank you. I don't know who you are because it says Facebook user, but thank you. Thank you for your comment. So this is what I can do for you. I'm going to get off my debt soapbox here. But if you want, if we've talked or if we haven't talked, but if you're committed to your dream, if you want something significant to change in your life, right? And either you you want to discuss about what that might look for you or what it takes or what the investment is, that kind of stuff, then book a call and let's have that conversation. Nothing happens without that conversation, at least not in my world. And that conversation is because I need to know that we can get you the return on your investment. If you live in a teeny beeny town like I do, in the middle of nowhere, or like I do, where it takes an hour and a half for you to get to the next little bitty town, it may not be the best location for you to start this kind of business. But maybe if you live in a teeny beeny town like I do, but there are a ton of kids like here, maybe it will work for you. I don't know. We have to have that conversation to figure out if this is a good investment, right? Because I'm not going to want you to invest your money, then not get the ROI, the return on that investment, because then you're going to be, you're going to be afraid, you're going to be resentful, you're going to be a pain in the ass, and then you're going to be a pain in my ass. And I don't want any more pains in my asses. I've got 2 teenage boys. I'm kidding. They're not a pain in the ass at all. So we need to have that conversation. All right. So book a call if that's what you want. If you are not there yet, if you are thinking, oh my gosh, these 12 days of nonsense are just showing me just how many blocks I have between me and my dreams, or how my feelings that I'm not worth it, or that I'm too afraid, or it's bubbling up all the deep, dark demons in you, then that's okay. Then you're not ready yet. So go to mtg.dashstrom.com, our mindset coaching program. I put it on a holiday sale. It is only $1 a day. So for $30 frickin', you can handle all this stuff. You're going to choose one part of your life that you're really stuck in, and then you're going to work on it for 30 days. And I promise you that you will see a complete shift in 30 days if you do the work. So go there instead, mtg.dashstrom.com, and take the next 30 days to get your shit together. Right? To think about your mindset, to get yourself to a place where you can say, I'm worth it, or where you can say, I'm ready to start my business. Okay, so those are your 2 call to actions. If you want to start your children's fitness business right now, let's have this conversation, book a call. If you are not there yet and you're like, not so sure about this, then go to mtg.dashstrom.com and commit to yourself that you're worth it, that 30 days, $1 a day, you can do this, and you can then fix that issue or get yourself to a position where you can make these decisions. All right. All right, guys. So that was a mouthful, but I hope that you got a lot of benefit and value from it. I hope that you can see debt in a different light. It is a 4-letter word because it's DEBT, but it's not like shit or fuck or any of those. Okay. I had to put in a bad word in there. Okay. And I will be back tomorrow with another nonsense that is keeping you small so that we can just debunk this stuff and so that you can see your inaction for what it really is, inaction. Okay. And I will be here tomorrow, 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. And and if you have any questions or comments, just put them on the thread below. Let me know your biggest ahas. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you're stuck on something, because honestly, like, I love nothing more than coach. So I would love to have material to coach on here. So let me know what you're struggling with. I'm happy to help. Okay. Great, guys. Have a great day, and I'll catch you tomorrow.